and Talk of Decatur. Talk 101 FM, Scott and Scott in the morning. And right now with your news first, we check in with Scott Garrett, who's standing by in the Talk 101 newsroom to tell us what he's working on for the bottom of the hour. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Scott. Plans are in the works for a new development here in Decatur. Democrat David Gill reportedly receiving a lot of local support for his campaign. And a state task force is being formed to study whether phys ed classes in public schools can be updated and improved. Stick around. Talk 101 News at the bottom of the hour.
Thanks, Scott. And right now at 8:05, let's get to our final look at the morning sports.
The Rockies routed the Dodgers 10-0 in Josh Beckett's debut last night. Of course, this comes after the mega blockbuster trade between the Dodgers and the Red Sox. LA now 1-2 since acquiring $250 million of payroll. It was the Cardinals over the Pirates yesterday, 4-3. Brewers crushing the Cubs 15-4, and the Orioles topped the White Sox 4-3. NFL Network reporting that wide receiver Mike Wallace will end his holdout and reports to the Steelers today. Wallace is expected to report to camp and sign his tender worth just over $2.7 million. Wallace will not be able to play in the team's preseason finale against the Panthers. This is how you do your camp. You hold out, you don't have to go through all the training camp, and then you get to come back and play in all the games. That's the way to do it. The Bills shuffled their backup quarterbacks yesterday, acquiring Tavarius Jackson from the Seahawks and releasing Vince Young. Top seeds Roger Federer and Victoria Azarenka rolled to wins on the first day of the U.S. Open. Olympic gold medal winner Andy Murray and defending U.S. Open champ Samantha Stosur also were victorious on day one. Serena Williams will be in action later today. Penguin star Evgeny Malkin was making contingency plans if there's an NHL lockout. The NHL's reigning MVP has reportedly agreed to play in the Continental Hockey League if the start of the 2012-13 NHL season is delayed. The CBA is expected to expire on September 15th. Roger Clemens says he doesn't plan on pitching again anytime soon. The Houston Chronicle reports the Rocket does not have another outing planned, but added that things could change. Clemens played in the Golf.com World Amateur Handicap Championship on Monday and has been working out and keeping in shape. The 50-year-old returned to baseball and pitched for the Sugar Land Skeeters of the Independent Atlantic League Saturday night, giving up one hit, 3 1/3 innings against the Bridgeport Bluefish, striking out 2. He threw 37 pitches and topped out at 88 miles an hour. Busy week of sports here on Talk 101 kicks off Thursday night as the St. Louis Rams take on Baltimore. That kickoff is at 6 o'clock for the final preseason game of the year. Then Friday, our high school game of the week presented by Tate & Lyle has the MacArthur Generals on the road at Champaign Centennial. And Saturday, the Big Blue get their season underway with kickoff at Greenville scheduled for 1 o'clock and pregame at 12:30. All the local action you can check out online as well at DecaturRadio.com, but we're getting in full swing with the high school, college, and pro schedules all running in full swing right here on Talk 101 FM. Don't forget that Decatur Food Mart is proud to serve Harvest Ridge Coffee. Harvest Ridge, the official coffee of Scott and Scott in the morning on Talk 101.
Guten Tag, the Decatur Area Arts Council invites you to Brouhaha 2012 on October 6th at the Hickory Point Golf Course Pavilion for our version of Oktoberfest. Enjoy live music by Imagine That, German food, free domestic draft beer, and cash bar of German craft beers. Vote for the mayor of Brouhaha, compete in a costume contest, and join the raffle for authentic Oktoberfest souvenirs. Prost! For tickets, call 423-3189.
Important medical alert for users of antidepressant prescription drugs. If you or a loved one used certain antidepressant prescription drugs before or during pregnancy, including Zoloft, Depakote, Paxil, Prozac, Wellbutrin, Lexapro, Celexa, or Effexor, and have a child born with a birth defect such as cleft lip, cleft palate, club foot, or other heart, lung, and cranial defects, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation and future medical expenses for your child's condition. Call 800-456-4954 now if you or a loved one used certain antidepressant prescription drugs before or during pregnancy and have a child born with a birth defect. Time is limited to file a claim. Act now. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-456-4954. That's 800-456-4954. The call and consultation are free. 800-456-4954.
This is an advertisement. Attorney responsible for this advertisement is Carrie L. Steigerwald. Admitted in California. Office address 4350 Executive Drive, Suite 150, San Diego, California 92122. Cases may be referred to or handled independently by local counsel for principal responsibility.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Behind on your payments or barely making minimums? Do your massive interest payments have you running like mad in circles? How long can you keep it up? Stop running. Let the Thomas & Law Group carefully plan your escape. The Thomas & Law Group has proven itself for over 18 solid years, helping thousands of people like you and me reclaim our financial future. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and offices in all 50 states. And the best part? There are no upfront fees at all. You won't pay a dime until the job's done. No upfront costs, no monthly fees, no banking fees. No other law firm does that. I'm a paid spokesperson, not a lawyer, and every case is different. But really, if you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, call the Thomas & Law Group right away for a free, no-obligation consult with a trained legal analyst at 800-497-6540. Call now because you're tired of running in circles. 800-497-6540. 800-497-6540.
Hi, it's Glenn Beck. Right now you're listening to Scott and Scott in the Morning, and I'm coming up next from 9 to noon. On Talk 101 FM, the news and talk of Decatur.
The news and talk of Decatur, Talk 101 FM, Scott and Scott in the Morning. Welcome back as we're in the final hour of this Tuesday morning get-together. And right now we head over to the phone lines where we are joined by Rodney Davis, who is running for Congress. And Rodney, welcome back to the program, man.
Hey, Scott. Thanks for having me on again, man.
So, where are you at in the world today? Are you traveling the district again?
I am. Yesterday we spent time up in Champaign County and Piatt County and Sangamon County, and now I'm up in Springfield with the Illinois Coal Association. They have a golf outing today. I don't get to golf, but I got to say hi to everybody. And before they kicked off, I just want to congratulate Phil Gannett and the Coal Association for a great outing today.
Well, we want to get into some of the things that are going on in the district, and one of the big things since the last time we talked is the employment numbers coming out, and I think you've been coming out strong in talking about the importance of these numbers and what they mean to this district, with all the metro areas continuing to go up in unemployment over these last few months, and especially since, I believe, 2009.
Yeah, it's pitiful that we got to continue to look at unemployment numbers that go up when there are some simple things that Republicans and Democrats in Washington can do. The first thing they can do is extend the current tax rates permanently so that small businesses actually have the ability to plan ahead and invest in equipment, inventory, and jobs. I'm sick and tired of hearing politicians from both parties talk about how government creates jobs. Government doesn't create private sector jobs, and we need to begin to look at the philosophy to ensure that we provide the certainty that small businesses are crying out for, certainty in their taxes, certainty in their health care costs. And until we do that, we're going to continue to see the numbers rise. The policies over the last 3.5 years have failed miserably, and we have to make some changes.
Rodney, as you talk about, possibly heading off to Washington after the election, one of the things that I know a lot of people are concerned about is Tax-Amageddon and the fact that, we can't get anybody to agree on, the right amount of cuts, the right amount of this, the right amount of that. I mean, as you're looking at this thing, is there going to be any hope in everybody getting along to try to find a solution for this, or is the American public just flat out going to have to hang on to their hat?
Well, I think I've got optimism that we can get things done. I don't think they'll get things done before the end of the year until it's a crisis situation. And unfortunately, I think most Americans would agree that's what's made Congress and both parties actually, act, or these little crisis moments. And I think we can avoid them, and I think we should as a country. I believe we can go out and make the argument that extending these tax rates are going to be able to help kickstart this economy because employers are going to hire again once they have that tax certainty. But I'm telling you, Scott, most Americans do not realize the impact of the inaction of both parties in Washington and what it's going to have on every single family in America. The average tax increase, if nothing is done, which nothing's being done right now, if nothing is done, is going to be $4,000 on a middle-income family. And I don't think they realize that's going to come right out of their check because the tax tables from 01 and 03 that were changed revert back. So their employer's going to withhold more. And I don't know any family right now in Decatur or anywhere else that can afford an extra $300-some-odd a month taken off the top of their check.
I certainly can. I know that.
Yeah, I agree. And that's where I don't think I don't think Americans understand the impact of inaction right now on their pocketbooks. And I feel like Chicken Little sometimes, Scott. I feel like I'm out there screaming, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. But it's going to fall if they don't do something. And that's why it's so important to send somebody like me to Washington that's going to be able to have a say. And instead of just talking about it, I want to act on it.
8:14 here on Scott and Scott in the Morning, talking on the phone with Rodney Davis this morning. And Rodney, when you're going around the district, do people get the idea of how dire of a situation this truly is and the urgency behind the decisions that need to be made?
You know, when I talk to them and explain it, they do. But I just think the American public right now is so turned off by the polarization in Washington that it's just ho-hum to them. They expect people not to get along. They expect things not to get done. And I think they're going to be very surprised when their pocketbook's affected by this inaction.
I just think that's cooperation and action, I think, is got to start creeping into the vernacular more. And, you know, when is this government going to learn to quit spending money like it's water? You know, we can't do it at home. And I find it astounding that we tolerate it, you know, out of our politicians in D.C.
Well, they're going to learn when you send people like me to Washington who are willing to stand up and make some of the tough decisions. You know, my opponent has said time and time again that Washington does not have a spending problem. I think that's absurd, and it's indicative of the attitude that's permeated Washington, D.C. for decades. And that's why this election is so important, to ensure that we send people that are fiscal conservatives, going to watch out for the public dollar, put America on a debt repayment plan, which is what we would do in our households when we'd have a debt the size of $16 trillion, which is what America has right now, and it's growing. So when we put some folks in decision-making positions that are willing to stand up and make those tough decisions, show the leadership, then America's fiscal activity will change.
You know, one of the big issues that I know you and your opponent have discussed a lot is healthcare and what we're going to do there. And I know your opponent's become even more in support of Obamacare over the past couple of years as its implementation continues, and has taken some shots at you, saying that you would be very detrimental to the healthcare system. And talk about your policy differences there and what that means to the average citizen here in this district.
Well, a huge contrast between my opponent and me on healthcare. He actually says Obamacare doesn't go far enough. He wants a national healthcare single-payer system, and that will cost $1 trillion more than what the $2.6 trillion price tag that all American taxpayers are on the hook for Obamacare, since it's been codified by the Supreme Court. I believe we need to sell our insurance policies across state lines, broaden the groups so that folks have better access to health care, cheaper access to health care, and a more market-based approach to where we put together a true market-based safety net to help those that are uninsured and underinsured and underserved. We have to have that safety net, and I think we can do that and address the true problem at hand for a lot less than the $3.6 trillion my opponent wants to spend. And what that $3.6 trillion will get all Americans is less medical choice, less access to medical service and the tests that we need. And in my opinion, we'll create a two-tiered healthcare system between the haves and the have-nots. And I think it'll be an utter failure that all of us in America will have to pay for and get less.
Well, Rodney, I tell you what, this is I think a big time wake up call. I think for a lot of people. I got to ask you real quick, off campaign a little bit. Did you get a chance to get out and see the movie 2016 when it came out over the weekend?
I have not. I've heard a lot of folks that have, and have gotten different perspectives from each of them, but I've not seen it. How about you?
I did get a chance to see it. It was quite a wake-up call for me, I think. Well, I got to say this. I encourage you to get out and see it. And you know what? As always, my friend, we appreciate you stopping by and visiting with us. And where are you going to be running today again? Springfield?
Actually, in Springfield. I'll be down in Christian County today, then down in the southwestern portion of the district later on.
Let me just say my mother-in-law, who's listening right now, lives on the Assumption-Taylorville Blacktop in Assumption, and she is looking for you to bring a sign by to her at some point.
I will do that. When we're off the air, give me the address.
I will pull the phone down if you'll wait for just a minute, and I'll give that to you, okay?
Hey, thank you guys very much.
All right, thank you. Hang on just a minute, Rodney. It is 8:18 here on the News and Talk of Decatur, Talk 101 FM. We need to take a quick break, and we are back with more right after this.
Hello, and welcome to today's lottery drawing. Good luck. And here's today's winning numbers. First one up, it's not yours. Second one, not yours. And another number that's not yours. Okay, this is one number that's yours. It's a 5, but you don't get any money for that. And the final number is not yours.
Yep, so chances are you're not going to hit the lottery anytime soon. Don't get us wrong, the lottery can be fun every now and then. Just please don't rely on it for your future savings. How about this? Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte every day. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering in. Ride your bike instead of buying all that gas. These changes alone can save you thousands a year. Thousands. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feed that piggy bank. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Have you heard? Proactive is better than ever. Stay tuned for a 1,000,000 bottle giveaway, and you'll also receive free shipping. Do you have troubled skin, acne? Well, we have great news. With Proactive, your acne can heal, and you can prevent new breakouts from happening. Don't miss this limited time offer. Give us a call at 1-800-536-1560 because we're going to let 1,000,000 people try Proactive risk-free, get 2 free gifts, and also receive free shipping when you call right now. You heard it. This offer won't last long, so call Proactive now and you'll receive a 60-day risk-free trial of Proactive, 2 free extras, and free shipping. Call 1-800-536-1560. This is our best radio offer ever. Get your risk-free 60-day trial of Proactive plus free shipping. That's right, free shipping. Don't wait. Visit getproactive.com or call 1-800-536-1560. That's 1-800-536-1560.
Do you owe the IRS back taxes? Do you have 3 or more years of unfiled tax returns? Here at Expert Tax Advisors, we specialize in tax liens, back taxes, tax debt, wage garnishment, and collections. We have successfully mitigated these and many other technical tax issues for years. If you owe the IRS $7,500 or more, you need aggressive representation. We will contact the IRS on your behalf within 30 minutes of you becoming a client, and that's guaranteed. Protect your home, business, and family from tax liens, back taxes, tax debt, wage garnishment, and collections. Call us today, 800-253-4165, and find the peace of mind knowing the IRS will not be knocking on your door. Call now for your free, no-obligation consultation, 800-253-4165. That's 800-253-4165. Remember, we will contact the IRS on your behalf within 30 minutes of you becoming a client of Expert Tax Advisors. Call 800-253-4165.
The News and Talk of Decatur is right here. I'm ABC's Joan Bennett for news of your world and breaking news right away. Stay with ABC, Talk 101 FM, and online at DecaturRadio.com.
8:22 on the News and Talk of Decatur, Talk 101 FM. Scott and Scott in the morning. Welcome back as we keep things moving here in the final hour of the program, 67 in downtown Decatur. And we were talking about this before news last hour, and some kind of crazy news here, but it appears the comic book world is aflutter. It was revealed that the iconic heroes Superman and Wonder Woman would become a romantic couple beginning in an upcoming issue of Justice League. And you want to know how people found out? I got to give them credit. This was a pretty cool way to market this. They put it out on Match.com.
Oh, yeah?
Of all things. So Superman, by the way, has a profile on Match.com. Do you know what his idea of a great date would be?
No, I don't.
He says we could get some delicious Kansas barbecue and then head up to the Fortress of Solitude to check out the majesty of the Aurora Borealis. He's quite a cat. Hey. And, of course, his profile.
Sounds better. Sounds like a better time than my wife had on our first date.
This is kind of funny. His profile, of course, Metropolis, United States, where he's from. He's seeking human females. But he is, they say that his body type, well, of course, he's invulnerable, but his occupation, reporter, and languages, English, Kryptonian, and a semester of French.
So this was actually the people behind Superman? Like, this wasn't just someone who paid $10 and got a profile or whatever?
No. This is totally how they market it. And his profile name is Yellow Sun's Rule 38. So he's, you know, that's kind of some of the Superman lore, but then he puts on there after his profile, looking for my Supergirl. So I guess Superman's chunked Lois to the curb. Say it isn't so.
But they're actually going to include this in the comics?
Yeah.
They still...
I know. Let's go to the phones here. Talk 101, good morning.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, how do you get registered to win those Cardinal tickets?
You know what? You'll have your chance here in just a few minutes to call us and get qualified.
Okay, because I left work and I missed you for like the last half hour. So
yeah, you missed one chance because we did it right before the top of the last hour here. So we're gonna have another chance coming up here in about 6-7 minutes or so.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Good luck.
All right.
All right, man. 450-8255 is the phone number. I'm kind of curious, but kind of nervous to see what Wonder Woman's profile would look like.
See, I don't know. I was never a comic book guy. I don't know anything about, like, whatever that yellow sun whatever means. Or
right.
I don't know. I'm out of the loop on this stuff. I watched one of the new Superman movies, and it was bad, so I'm out on I've never been a big Superman person.
See, the last one that came out, you know, it cracked open so many doors, you know, like they might make more movies to explain more of it, and then I'm like, yeah, this is awful. Because they never did anything with it. And that's what was disappointing. If they would have did more with it, it probably would have been better. But now they're coming out with yet a new one again. And you just wonder, why is this guy so hard to make likable? Batman,
it's not real exciting. I mean,
yeah.
he flies. I mean, it
flies and beats people up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't know. It doesn't have the backstory that some of the others do that make it more appealing. The reason Batman is popular is because there's a lot of depth to it. There isn't a whole lot of depth to Superman, and in my limited knowledge, it's pretty boring.
Let's go back to the phones here. Talk 101, who's this?
Hey, Scott, it's Woody.
Hey, Woody.
Hey, let's go. The deal with the yellow sun is that's where Superman draws his power from. It's
big.
Earth's yellow sun.
I'm just telling you, Woody, that's, so is that a good profile name or what?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I was just saying, Woody, that's a pretty cool profile name when he has Yellow Sun's Rule 38. I'm thinking that's pretty funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And as far as the likability thing, he's just too good, that's all. He's just a good guy. Everybody wants something, a little bit of a bad boy in there.
Well, see, that's why Batman rules and Superman drools. Over Wonder Woman, we see now. All right, Woody, good call, buddy. 450-8255 is the phone number. And I think we have found our national holiday in New York City.
What? Is this still Superman, or are we going somewhere else?
We're definitely going somewhere else here. I don't know if you heard about this, but it appears that Go Topless Day in New York seeks equal rights to bare chests. Yeah. It appears some 24 topless women protested in a New York City parking lot on a hot, sweaty Sunday as part of what they called National Go Topless Day to draw attention to inequality and topless rights between men and women. There were topless men in the park too, but nobody paid them much attention. A disparity organizer said that demonstrated the need for the event. I mean, I'm sitting here going, if that's what they want, why would I want to argue, right?
Hey.
Yeah. So, who thinks of this stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Don't you just sit around going, man, I wish I had that much time for that to be the thing I'm mad about.
Yeah.
The thing I'm mad about is that people won't let me take my pants off in public.
Right. I mean, I'm just flat going to sit here and tell you that, I'm just going to flat tell you. I mean, girls, if that's what you want to do, don't let me hold you back.
Hey.
Yeah. But, this was kind of the funniest thing that I've ever read. The topless women drew crowds of onlookers who took pictures and video with their cell phones.
Duh.
And, of course, organizer of the event said, "We say there's nothing wrong with the female nipple." She said, "My dog has..."
Can you milk me?
Right. "My dog has 6, according to this woman, Karen Heaven. She says, "I have 2, but I can be put in jail for showing mine. It's 2012. What are we thinking?" That's what I said. Similar protests were scheduled in about 30 U.S. cities and about 10 around the world, organizers said.
Really?
That's what they're saying.
My priorities are so out of whack.
Believe it or not, by the way, it is legal for women to go topless in public in New York City, but laws vary widely across the United States.
So they're protesting in a town where it's already legal.
Right.
Well,
it's safe. They don't go to jail that way, right?
What are you protesting?
Yeah, well, they think they should be equal to guys.
They are! You just said the law there says they can do that.
But see, they can't do it right here in Decatur.
So protest in Decatur.
Yeah, thank you. We go down and cover it live, right? Just saying. 8:30 here on the News and Talk of Decatur. Talk 101
So Superman is topless. That's what I've learned here, right?
Right.
This was...
Just saying. 8:30 on the News and Talk of Decatur, Talk 101 FM, and we will come back and have more coming up. Scott Garrett standing by in the Talk 101 newsroom. He's got to look at your news. Right now, though, be the third caller, 450-8255, the number, 450-8255, the number, and we'll get another qualifier for those St. Louis Cardinal baseball tickets, courtesy of Harvest Ridge Coffee, Roasted Bean Coffee, and, of course, all of us here at Talk 101. Caller number 3, 450-8255. Good luck.
For Talk 101 News, I'm Scott Garrett. Plans are in the works to bring a new development to Decatur. Local commercial real estate guru reportedly wants to create Grove Point, which would include restaurants, a strip mall, hotel, and apartments. A vacant acreage near the Red Tail Run Golf Club. Several retailers reportedly have expressed an interest in the proposal, as is a group which specializes in bringing similar developments to life. Democrat David Gill and Republican Rodney Davis drawing their campaign funds from much different sources. Gill campaign manager Michael Richards claims the doc is getting much more local support.
We're getting a lot of money from a lot of small donors here in central Illinois, and he's getting a lot of money from a lot of corporate PACs. And so I think that shows that David is getting the support on the ground, and Rodney's getting support from his friends in Washington and from the corporate community.
Davis has easily outpaced Gill's fundraising efforts, even though he only joined the race in May, after Congressman Tim Johnson announced he'd be retiring instead of running for another term. Finally, a special state task force will be called upon to look into ways in improving phys ed classes in public schools all across Illinois. Governor Quinn has approved a bill authorizing the panel to be formed, asking Illinoisans to get healthy and take his Walk Across Illinois challenge. The task force will also be charged with finding ways to pay for any changes to the physical education curriculum without burdening local school districts. The effort was sparked by recent studies touting the benefits students receive both mentally and physically by taking gym class. Up-to-date local information at DecaturRadio.com.
Star Silkscreen service sets them apart. Fast delivery and quality work on screen printing and embroidery. Star Silkscreen at 877-0804.
Harvest Ridge Coffee, Roasted Bean Coffee, and Talk 101 FM have one of your final chances to win Cardinal baseball tickets this season. All you have to do is listen to Scott and Scott in the morning or the Daily Wrap with Tara in the afternoon. If you're the correct caller, you'll instantly win a Pepsi insulated coffee tumbler, plus a selection of Smoky Bones meat sticks. And you'll be qualified to win a pair of tickets to see the Cardinals take on the Brewers on September 9th. These are first base box seats from Harvest Ridge Coffee, Roasted Bean Coffee, and Talk 101.
At Sunset Inn and Suites in Clinton, Illinois, you can escape south of the border, enjoy a Hawaiian adventure, journey to an underground crystal cavern, or travel into space. Let one of their 10 fantasy suites take you away from reality this week. Book any night between Sunday, August 26th and Thursday, August 30th in one of the remaining suites and get $30 off the regular price. That is only $100 per night plus tax, and escape in the fantasy of your choice. Call 217-935-4140 or visit their website, sunsetinandsuites.com, for more information.
Sam's Club members save every day, but August 29th through September 3rd, you can save even more with over $900 in instant savings on select items. At Sam's Club, discover the season's best for less. Must-have school gear to fresh and easy meal ideas, brand name home essentials, and more. Instant savings are loaded right on your card. No coupons required. Not a member? Join today and enjoy over $900 in instant savings. Life is better in the club. Sam's Club. Join and save. See club for more details.
The Billingsley Car Wash in Airport Plaza in Mount Zion is open. That's right, they've brought in water trucks and will have water delivered to keep the car wash running. And with everything you've come to expect with the Billingsley Car Wash in Airport Plaza, a high-pressure cleaning blast, tire scrub, tire foam, tire shine, Rain-X protectant, undercarriage wash, and heated air dry. As always, free vacuums at Billingsley. Wash your car. The Billingsley Car Wash is open. Highway 121 Airport Plaza in Mount Zion.
Attention, this is an important legal update for Yaz, Yasmin, B-Yaz, or Ocella users. Discussions to settle cases of women who suffered blood clot-related injuries while on Yaz and Yasmin have begun to take place. If you have suffered a blood clot-related injury while using Yaz, Yasmin, B-Yaz, or Ocella, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-468-3147. Injuries include pulmonary embolism, deep vein thrombosis, stroke, other blood clot-related injuries, and even death. Time is limited to file your claim. Act now. The call and consultation are free. Call 800-468-3147. That's 800-468-3147. Protect your legal rights today. Call 800-468-3147.
This is an advertisement, not valid in all states. Paid non-attorney spokesperson. iLawsuit.com is an advertising group that represents lawyers advertising their services and is a free matching service for consumers. It is not a law firm or lawyer referral service.
.835 on the News and Talk of Decatur, Talk 101 FM. Scott and Scott in the morning, and want to say congratulations to Everett, who is our latest qualifier. And Everett is into that drawing for the Cardinal tickets. We'll do that this Friday. Be listening as we got more chances for you to get qualified, especially this afternoon during the Daily Wrap on Talk 101.
7:35, is that the drawing time?
I say
officially?
So. Officially. That's when we're going to pull the trigger and send somebody to the game.
I put it on the paper. So it's set. 7:35 Friday morning. If you're a qualifier, that's when you'll find out if you're a ticket winner.
I think that's pretty cool. Should we go to the phones?
If you'd like.
Let's go to the phones. Good morning, Talk 101. Who's this?
Mary.
Hey, Mary. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Fantastic. What's on your mind this morning?
I got a question for you. Does it say how old those women are?
That's what we kind of discussed off the air.
Off the air, we discussed that.
Because I'm going to tell you what, anything over 40, and it had to be really nasty.
Very.
Come on, I mean, gravity, I mean, it's ugly.
Hey, you got a point, Mary.
All right, that's
Thanks.
it.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Oh. Yes, she's got a point.
We talked about off the air.
Exactly.
You said, this would be the easiest thing to pass ever.
Well, I mean,
And I said, no. I don't need to see everyone.
I wouldn't think that, if they were trying to get the guys to come on board, I wouldn't think that there'd be a whole lot of,
There's probably 80% of guys that need to have their shirt on at all times, too.
Well,
that there should be a law.
I agree. Oh, my God. 450-8255 is the phone number. Back to the phones. Talk 101. Who's this?
This is Mike.
Hey, Mike. What do you know, man?
Oh, not much. Just walked in the house.
How's things this morning?
Not too bad.
All right, buddy. What's on your mind?
Cardinal tickets.
Well, you know what? I would love to sit here and tell you that that's what you got, but unfortunately not yet. You'll have to get qualified.
we get qualified, Scott.
Yeah, that's the next chance is this afternoon on the Daily Wrap with Tara. Good luck.
I'll be in bed, okay.
All right, man.
How you get tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning. You got it. All right, so there
we got
you go.
tomorrow and Thursday. Thursday, by the way, we do get, no wait. Each of the next 2 days we get 2.
Yeah, we get doubles now the next 2 mornings. So your chances double the next 2 days.
I thought it was just Thursday. I forgot tomorrow we get 2. Very nice. Well, the story I was going to get to here before we got back on the protest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard about this happening near my neck of the woods, but an errant cow led Macon County Animal Control officers and Long Creek Fire Protection District firefighters on a 2-hour chase along Illinois 121 on Monday evening.
So just out and strolling around.
Yeah, this from the Herald and Review. Macon County Sheriff Sergeant Ron Atkins said officers responded to a call about a cow on the loose in the area of the Walmart on Maryland Road. The Walmart East, for everyone who refers to it as that, where it had escaped from a trailer. The frightened animal led its pursuers back and forth between Walmart and the Long Creek Fire Station. Eventually, animal control officers were able to tranquilize the animal and return it to its owner. The owner did not receive any citations because the incident was accidental, Atkins said. He said the cow did not cause significant traffic problems, though it may have startled a few people.
I don't know what I'd do if I saw a big old cow come up on the road. That would probably get me a little freaked out, I think.
I mean, it's one thing when a deer runs up a side
right,
of the road.
But I mean, you're talking about 1,000-pound bull.
But I travel that road 4 or 5 times a day. I can't imagine.
I mean, all of a sudden, and you're going, what?
And it's, it's startled. It's probably running.
And that
for
thing
2 hours.
That thing hits your car, it's going to make a dent.
Yes.
Of course, in Illinois, if we can knock it out, then we got a roadkill rule. We could have steak.
Yeah. But that thing hits your car, you'll be at Newell's.
Right.
And the Debt Whisperer will be under your care for a while.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, I got to say this. I've seen some weird things on the roads, but I can't say that I've seen a bull out on the roadway before.
Cow.
Or a cow, bull, a moo cow. Yeah, I've not seen any of that out on the road. I don't know if I want to.
Can you say moo cow at 49?
I think so, yeah.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, it is in my book.
My son, it's adorable if he says moo cow.
Well, then how come I'm not adorable?
Because you're 49.
I got you.
He's 3.
All right. 8:41 here on the News and Talk of Decatur, Talk 101 FM. Of course, coming up, we'll get a look at your weather forecast. Robert Reese will be checking in with us from WCIA3 Weather. And also the Rasmussen Report on the way here as we start to wind down. And finally, the news that Scott Garrett couldn't use. Well, it's all on the way on the News and Talk of Decatur, Talk 101 FM.
I'm WCIA3's Chief Meteorologist Robert Reese with your Talk 101 weather. Well, we're looking at mostly sunny skies again today. Temperatures pushing into the upper 80s. Same thing for the next couple of days. Tonight we'll see lows around 60 with clear skies and back up to 88 tomorrow with sunshine. That's your Talk 101 weather. I'm Robert Reese from WCIA3, your weather leader.
The Rasmussen Report is brought to you by Ray Cattina Lexus.
I'm Scott Rasmussen. Much of the political media focus this week is on the Republican National Convention in Tampa. The big event, to be followed by the Democrats' version in Charlotte next week, is taking place at a time when voters are really fed up with politics as usual. The latest evidence? Only 8% of voters nationwide believe Congress is doing a good job. On top of that, just 14%, 1 out of every 7 voters, believe that Congress has done anything in the past year to significantly improve life in America. Those in Washington dismiss this cynicism by saying, people hate Congress, but they love their own representative. Actually, only about 1 in 4 voters believe that their own representative is the best person for the job. 44% believe most members of Congress are corrupt, and most think their own representative trades votes for cash. I'm Scott Rasmussen for Rasmussen Reports.
Experience the legend in luxury. Visit Ray Cattina Lexus, where the customer always comes first. At Ray Cattina Lexus in Larchmont, New York, Freehold, New Jersey, and Oakhurst, New Jersey, they believe that every customer should experience a level of service and commitment like no other. Ray Cattina Lexus has 3 magnificent showrooms, each with an extensive and exclusive collection of new and pre-owned Lexus vehicles, including the all-new GS 350. Let Ray Cattina Lexus introduce you to a new level of customer service. Ray Cattina Lexus. If you think something is more important than the customer, think again. Follow Ray Cattina Lexus on Facebook and Twitter and visit them at raycattina.com.
Look out!
Jeff Nally's reports from the Farm Progress Show in Boone, Iowa are brought to you by Farm Credit Services. At Farm Credit Services, we understand.
This is Test Audio for the Cromwell Ag Radio Network on our coverage of the 2012 Farm Progress Show in Boone, Iowa. If you're hearing this audio, you should be aware that shows are updated daily at 6 a.m. Central Time. If you're having difficulty receiving programming, please call my cell phone as soon as possible. 270-929-1139.
That's why more farm families turn to Farm Credit each day for all their financial and crop insurance needs. Our 96 years of experience has helped us become more than the nation's leading ag lender. In addition to our specialized staff of ag professionals, we've also developed a unique range of financial products and services that you can use to help manage the financial side of your farming business. Whether it's farm real estate loans, operating lines of credit, equipment financing, or crop insurance, Farm Credit has the products and services to meet the needs of today's farm families. When you demand success in every field, Farm Credit is the financial expert to turn to. For more information, call Farm Credit today at 1-800-444-FARM. Whether we're in the field with you or in the office for you, farming is our life too.
Hi, Scott Busboom here for Physician's Choice. You know, folks, I've enjoyed a lot of success on the Physician's Choice weight loss program. And, you know, the great thing about PCW is the fact that they can keep you motivated, they can keep you going, and most importantly, they can help you reach that healthy weight that you are looking for in your life. You know what? 5 weeks until we get ready to go back to school. You know, the holidays not that far away. Still a great opportunity to get involved and join the PCW family. Allow a great staff that provides exceptional service the opportunity to jump in and change your life. And change your life, that's what they do and do very well. They have meant a great deal to me. I have lost an extreme amount of weight with PCW, and quite frankly, I will hit my goal before the end of 2012, and I'm very excited about that. You can get excited, too, about the weight loss program that is changing the area. Call them today, 864-2085, or get online at healthylifestyleweightloss.com.
Now streaming 24 hours a day online at DecaturRadio.com, in part to great sponsors like Party Warehouse in Brentwood Village.
Hi, this is Scott Rasmussen, and now you can listen to Talk 101 FM for Rasmussen Reports during Scott and Scott in the Morning, Access Decatur, and the Daily Wrap. Get all of the latest polling data from the most accurate source right here on Talk 101 FM.
846 on the News and Talk of Decatur, Talk 101 FM. Scott and Scott in the Morning. I got something for you before we get into the news that Scott Garrett couldn't use. We should be so proud. From Alexandria, Virginia, today State Budget Solutions released their latest third annual state debt report, which reveals that the aggregated debt across the 50 states exceeds $4.19 trillion. And the states with the 5 largest debts remained unchanged from last year's report, although New York and Texas moved up 1 and 2 spots respectively. Overall, California leads the nation with the largest total debt, followed by New York, Texas, New Jersey, and Illinois.
We're number 5?
We're number 5!
I thought we were higher up on that list.
No. We're number 5. California with the largest amount of debt, $617 billion. Vermont, North Dakota, and South Dakota, the states with the smallest debt. That's a bummer.
And do you notice where the people live, there's more debt, And when there's 7 people that live in your state, you have no debt. Wow, that's
right.
Some shocks there.
But how about the fact that we're number 5?
We did it.
We should be proud.
All right, are you ready for some of the news that Scott Garrett couldn't use?
I'm on to the news that Scott Garrett couldn't use.
All right, this is from Australia, so no, this is not your tax dollars, but you can sympathize with Australian taxpayers. An egg-shaped pile of rocks that will crumble into its environment has cost taxpayers almost $700,000 after being built in a remote section of a national park near the Sunshine Coast in Australia. The Courier-Mail can reveal the Department of Environment and Resource Management under the former state Labour government quietly commissioned British artist Andy Goldsworthy to create the not-to-be-missed attraction in the Conondale National Park. Well, the egg-shaped rock creation cost $684,000 to be built. Of that, $330,000 was to be paid to the artist, who was flown from Scotland to produce the, whatever you want to call it.
The egg-shaped pile of rock.
The rocks themselves cost $50,000. Now, I want to show you this, and you tell me how much you would pay for that to be in a park here in Decatur.
Not much.
$20?
$20, maybe 30.
It's like a 6-foot-tall egg made out of rocks.
Right.
That's it. You could do that with Lincoln Logs.
We could get some high school kids to do that for us in an art class. It'd be fun.
Yeah. Certainly wouldn't cost that much.
No.
This from WSB-TV in Clayton County, Georgia. Police have arrested an officer accused of trying to buy drugs on her lunch break, and it's all caught on tape. Channel 2's Mark Wynn obtained undercover video that shows the officer, who was wearing the camera with his gun drawn, as he walked up to the Clayton County officer's car. Butts County Sheriff Gene Pope said a Clayton County corrections officer and deputy in training, Christina Allen, made an appointment for her lunch break to buy a highly addictive painkiller. She even asked the alleged drug dealer for a police discount before she left the Georgia Public Safety Training Center. What she didn't realize was the person she was buying it from was an undercover cop.
That's kind of a problem.
Says we were monitoring a phone used by a known drug dealer, and that phone started receiving texts regarding the purchase of some pills. On the video, you can hear the officer say to Allen, "That has got to be the stupidest thing a law enforcement officer can do. You're under arrest for possession of a controlled substance. You will not finish the academy. You will not go back to work as a police officer. You understand that." On your lunch break. And you will not pass go either.
No, you will not. I was just getting ready to say.
You hear stories all the time about people stealing cell phones and crazy things happening. You know, you take a picture and it automatically posts to the victim's Facebook page or something like that. This will be the worst one you ever hear.
All right.
Okay? Stealing a cell phone in Uganda has left the thief fighting with a illness because the person he stole the cell phone from was an Ebola patient.
Oh!
And he now has it as well. Multiple media outlets are reporting that the 40-year-old took the phone a couple weeks ago from a hospital's isolation ward and then started showing signs of the virus. There was an outbreak of Ebola at the time, and several people were in the ward under quarantine when the phone was taken. Kirk was easily tracked down by the calls he had made and also checked himself into the same hospital he committed the crime in when he began getting sick. The cell phone owner reported it missing but died a little while later because he had Ebola.
Well, yeah. Idiot.
Isn't that the virus they used in Outbreak?
Uh-huh.
With Dustin Hoffman?
Yep.
I thought so.
Cuba Gooding Jr. and Rene Russo, I think.
Cuba Gooding Jr.'s in that?
I think so.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Great movie.
Is it?
Yeah, I like it, yeah.
That's one I'd have to go back and rent. I remember watching it as a kid, but all I remember is the monkey.
The helicopter chase scene, the best.
Don't remember it.
Yeah.
So Cuba Gooding Jr.'s in that. Huh. All right. And finally, this can go with your topless story, I guess. However you want to go with it. A new robot review is getting solid reviews in Tokyo.
All right.
Can you guess what that is?
No.
The robot restaurant at one of the city's most popular red light districts is using female robots for performances.
Oh.
Women wearing bikinis operate the giant robots, which put on shows for customers. The women actually sit in seats that are attached to the robots and use joysticks to control the movements. They move along to music and put on the show while customers eat and drink. The club took 3 years to build and cost more than $125 million.
Idiots again.
And then the story makes sure to note that Japan is a global leader in robot technology.
Proud moment for their country right there.
Yep. Way to go.
Wow, wow, wow.
Morgan Freeman is an outbreak.
Oh, yeah. He's one of the colonels.
Yeah.
Or the generals, I think. Yeah.
And Cuba Gooding Jr. There you go.
Yeah.
Patrick Dempsey.
Oh, I know. Great role.
Donald Sutherland.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big cast.
That's a bunch of bad guys in there, too.
I see. I'm going to have to go back and rent that sometime.
That's a good flick. I'd watch it again.
All right, well, there's your news. Scott Garrett could news.
All right, well, it's 8:53 here on the News and Talk of Decatur, Talk 101 FM. Coming up at noon, couple of fun questions we're going to be throwing out and asking for your input on. One is it that important that these parties, the Republican and Democrat, have these multi-page platforms? John Boehner brings up a phenomenal point we're going to talk about on the noon show. We'll get into that. And also, we've got a couple of other things we're going to get to over the noon hour. Hope that you'll join us for lunch today. It should be a very fun show and very thought-provoking show. Hope you'll weigh in on some of the topics.
All right. Well, we want to say a big thank you to B.A. Butts, who joined us in the entire 6 o'clock hour. If you want to listen to his part of the show, it's online at DecaturRadio.com in our multimedia center. 7 o'clock hour, we talked with Mark Wickland from the Macon County Board and our boss Chris Bullock and Tim Stock from the Macon County Farm Bureau. Thanks to all of those guys. And then 8 o'clock hour, it was Rodney Davis, who's running for the U.S. Congress. So thanks to Rodney for checking in with us today. Tomorrow, scheduled to visit with Superintendent Gloria Davis after 8 o'clock as they've got their school board meeting tonight.
Very much so. So that's it. We're done. We're out of here, and want everybody to make it a great day, and hopefully we'll see a little rain towards the weekend as the tropical storm comes ashore.
Yep, that's exactly right. We'll do it again tomorrow morning, and thanks for all the phone calls, a ton of great calls and input in from all you listeners out there. We appreciate that, and we'll do it again tomorrow morning. Make sure to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/Talk101FM. Check us out online at DecaturRadio.com. You can stream us there as well, 24/7.
I'm Jeff Nally on the Cromwell Ag Radio Network. The recent outbreak of salmonella that was spread by cantaloupes grown in southern Indiana has given food safety advocates additional ammunition with which to criticize the Obama administration for dragging its feet on food safety reform. The Pew Health Group told the press that the salmonella outbreak underscores the need to implement rules for the Food Safety Modernization Act that have been sitting at the White House Office of Management and Budget almost all of this year. Parts of the SFMA signed into law by President Obama in January 11 require the Food and Drug Administration to establish a number of food safety rules, including new standards for growing fruits and vegetables. Those rules were originally supposed to be issued at the beginning of the year, but 8 months later, they are still languishing behind government doors. Quoting Sandra Eskin, the project director of the Pew's Health Group Food Safety Campaign, until we get these rules finalized, we're going to keep seeing these outbreaks. While it's impossible to say whether the new FDA rules would have prevented any particular outbreak, Pew and other food safety advocates believe new standards could go a long way in preventing illness and death caused by foodborne pathogens. There is no word from the OMB when that new rule or set of rules might emerge from their office. Finally, the U.S. Grains Council hosting high-level officials from China on a corn tour across the U.S. last week. Chinese ag development and policy officials viewing corn and value-added produced systems firsthand. I'm Jeff Nally.
Important medical alert for users of antidepressant prescription drugs. If you or a loved one used certain antidepressant prescription drugs before or during pregnancy, including Zoloft, Depakote, Paxil, Prozac, Wellbutrin, Lexapro, Celexa, or Effexor, and have a child born with a birth defect such as cleft lip, cleft palate, club foot, or other heart, lung, and cranial defects, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation and future medical expenses for your child's condition. Call 800-456-4954 now. If you or a loved one used certain antidepressant prescription drugs before or during pregnancy and have a child born with a birth defect, time is limited to file a claim. Act now. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-456-4954. That's 800-456-4954. The call and consultation are free. 800-456-4954.
This is an advertisement. Attorney responsible for this advertisement is Carrie L. Steigerwald. Admitted in California. Office address 4350 Executive Drive, Suite 150, San Diego, California 92122. Cases may be referred to or handled independently by local counsel for principal responsibility.
Hello, and welcome to today's lottery drawing. Good luck. And here's today's winning numbers. First one up, it's not yours. Second one, not yours. And another number that's not yours. Okay, this is one number that's yours. It's a 5, but you don't get any money for that. And the final number is not yours.
Yep, so chances are you're not going to hit the lottery anytime soon. Don't get us wrong, the lottery can be fun every now and then. Just please don't rely on it for your future savings. How about this? Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte every day. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering in. Ride your bike instead of buying all that gas. These changes alone can save you thousands a year. Thousands. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feed that piggy bank. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Hey, Sammy. Well, what's all this? You got Buddy's pet food and his leash?
Well, it's for the emergency kit you and Mom made.
Oh, you mean our family disaster preparedness kit?
Yeah. You said it was your responsibility to keep our family safe.
Right.
Well, Buddy's a part of our family.
Well, that's right.
See, Buddy, I told you he wouldn't forget you.
Hey, what do you say we take a picture of Buddy for the kit?
Buddy, smile and say kibble.
Good job, Buddy.
Please include your pets as part of your emergency plan. Visit ready.illinois.gov. Sponsored by the Illinois Emergency Management Agency.
We are 100.9 WZUS, Macon, Decatur. More local programming and always first with the news and talk of Decatur. Talk always first with the news and talk of Decatur. Talk always first with the news and talk of Decatur. Talk always first with the news and talk of Decatur. Talk always first with the news and talk of Decatur. Talk always first with the news and talk of Decatur. Talk always first with the